right, before you get into Storyboarder, go ahead and do an audio recording of your quote. Again, your quote should be short, definitely less than 25 words, probably 10 words or 15 words is even better. Here I have a quote by Bell Hooks, which I'm going to use. And so I can then open up Storyboarder, say create new storyboard, and choose HD 16:9. This will be the standard aspect ratio that we're going to be using this semester. And then I'll save this actually in the same folder that I saved my Bell Hooks quote material. So I'll call this Hooks Storyboard. And now that I've got my storyboarder set up, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and import in the audio file. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of block in roughly what I want my shots to be. I've already got them sketched out on paper, and I'm just going to do a really quick drawing to get the timing of these right. So this first shot, I want it to be twice as long. So if we have 24 frames a second, right now it's set to 2 seconds, so that's 48 frames. But I want this to be quite a bit longer, so I'm just gonna say like 72 frames, and you can see that makes it 3 seconds. And this last one I want it to be really long, so I'll do say 100 seconds or 100 frames, which makes it about 4 seconds. So now I can go back and play that.
The classroom remains the most radical space of possibility in the academy. Bell Hooks, teaching to transgress.
And then it ends after around 11 seconds. So basically your first step is to block in roughly your drawings and then figure out the timing for each panel. And then you're going to go back and clean it up. Okay, so I've finished my storyboard. I did kind of cheat a little bit because my pen ran out of power, so I ended up using the scale tools to just duplicate this one. And then it sort of cuts into this one. Once you're finished with your illustrations, then you're going to go to File, and you're going to create a couple different files and upload them all. So the first you'll do is print or export to PDF. So you want to set this to letter, not A form. Make sure that it's set to portrait, that it's 2 columns by 2 rows, and so we would read this from left to right going this way. And then you would say export PDF, and then the next thing I'm going to do is I'll export for video, and there it is. And what I can do is also test this out, so I'll open it up and just play it. Always make sure you play your files to make sure they're working properly.
The classroom remains the most radical space of possibility in the academy. Bell Hooks, teaching to transgress.
Okay, so it worked just fine. And then finally, the last file I'm going to make is I'm going to basically create a storyboard project. So what I'm going to do is say export project as zip. It's going to package this whole thing up together. And there's that zip file. And again, I'm just going to drag it over here just so I can find them. But then these 3 files would be what I upload to Canvas. So my PDF, my video file, and then this is basically a copy of my whole storyboard.